Hi. Hello. Welcome to our Podgy Pooches live launch workshop part 2. Thank you for joining me. It's wonderful to have you here. And thank you for those of you who joined me on Monday too, or have watched back Monday's recording. I hope that you're already beginning to feel more in control of your dog's health and their weight loss, that you're feeling less helpless, less overwhelmed than you were at the beginning of the week. That is the aim. So the reason that we are all here, would you like your dog to be healthy, for them to be happy, with a great quality of life, to see your pooch playing, running, enjoying their activity? We all want this for our dogs. It is the dream. And like we said on Monday, this dream can be the reality. On Monday, we spoke about how our dog's weight is connected to their overall health. And I shared with you how being overweight means that your dog's lifespan and health span are reduced. This means that being overweight actually shortens your dog's life and also the duration of their life, which they are happy and healthy and free of diseases. We spoke about how being overweight actually speeds up the process in which they have diseases like arthritis, diabetes, some cancers, and other things that manifest in their bodies. So by keeping them at their healthy and ideal weight actually means that they can live in a disease-free and healthy state for longer, which obviously is what we all want for our dogs. So keeping your dog at their ideal weight really does have real life effects, to keep them happier, healthier, and to even keep them around with us for longer. This is our goal. It's everybody's goal. All dog or pet parents, that our pooches are healthy and happy for the duration of a long life. So to quickly introduce myself before we get started with the teaching and the lesson aspect of this workshop, I am Laura Ward. I am the owner and pet nutritionist behind Charlie's Reward in Pet Nutrition. So my passion is dog nutrition and improving the health of our dogs. A key way in which I do this is through teaching dog parents about their dog's health and nutrition. So Charlie's Reward in Pet Nutrition is here to make dog nutrition fun and simple for everybody. That's our goal, and it always will be our goal. We are here to remove the stress, the overwhelm, the guilt, the helplessness that many people do feel about their dog's health and nutrition. Many owners feel like they are not properly equipped to give their dogs the nutrition that they need. So whether that's not having the time, the energy, the funds, or most crucially, the knowledge and understanding about how to keep their dogs healthy throughout their lifespan, life stages, with appropriate food and nutrition. So that's where I come in. I'm a pet nutritionist. I've worked in the pet food industry for over 8 years now, either in the development of new pet food products and working with pet food ingredients like vitamins and minerals and premixes that go into pet foods, or supporting dog owners with their own dog's nutrition. I studied animal science with an accreditation in nutrition at the University of Nottingham, And my final year project was on the link between canine obesity and the canine-human bond. So it's definitely fair to say that this is an area which I am hugely enthusiastic about. Being able to support pet parents in maintaining their bond and their lifestyle with their dog, whilst encouraging and supporting them in their dog's weight loss journey, so that we can improve the health of your dog and your happiness too. It's the absolute dream for me. So that is why I am here today, is to share some of this enthusiasm and knowledge with you, in the hope that I can get you started in your own dog's weight loss journey. Yeah, I want my knowledge and my experience to be able to directly support dog parents and improve the health and happiness of dogs, improve their owners' happiness, by solving these feelings of guilt, stress, overwhelm, helplessness, and replace them with feelings of being in control, of confidence, of security in the knowledge and the support that they have, and supporting this calm and happiness in their dog's health and their dog's quality of life, and in their own ability to make the best choices for their dogs. So that's why Charlie's Rewarding Pet Nutrition is here, to make dog nutrition fun and simple for everybody. I did mention it on Monday, but for anybody who wasn't able to tune in then, Charlie was my family dog throughout all of my studies and my first job as a pet nutritionist, which is why I decided that he would be named in the business. But there's often a confusion about whether I am Charlie. So just to clarify, that Charlie was our family dog. Okay, so you want your pooch to be at their ideal weight in order for them to be happy and healthy for as long as possible. But how to get there? This is a major sticking point, stumbling block, that many dog parents come across. So often you can try walking more, and maybe that doesn't have a great impact for them. You try cutting down their food, but maybe they just beg or scavenge more, or it doesn't really seem to make a big difference. But then what do you try next? What is the answer? So today I will share with you a Charlie's Rewarding Pet Nutrition lesson, something to help get you off to a good start, help you feel like you have your dog's weight loss journey under control, and that you're not feeling overwhelmed and helpless. It'll give you some things to think about, some options to try, some alternatives to build into your dog's daily routine and daily diet, and yeah, just help to provide you with a few simple switches, and easy to implement healthy habits to build up and start to be really making an impact on your dog's weight and health. Yeah, these are my favorite tips and tricks for transforming your Podgy Pooch into a healthy hound. So let's get straight to it. Firstly, I'd like you to think about all of the reasons and the instances that you feed treats, tidbits, snacks to your dog. Often there are more instances that we feed treats than we initially think about. So if you just start having a think about this now, you might be thinking that you feed treats to reward your dog when they're being especially good, when they're under training. Often, however, we can overlook lots of times in our dog's daily or weekly routine that they are fed these extra foods. So for instance, we often feed treats and extras as part of a routine. Say we give our dog a treat at bedtime or when we go to work. We also can often feed treats and extras when we are having a snack or if our children are eating. And we might also feed them treats on walks. We might give them treats for coming back when they're called. We might give them treats when we feel guilty about leaving them. They might be an expert at begging and so can manipulate you into handing over whatever you have every time that you eat anything. It's important to remember all of these reasons and instances so that we can take these into account during our dog's weight loss journey planning and the adjustments that we make to their main meal. So also have another think about any extras that your dog might get, not necessarily from you. So do they steal or scavenge food? They might help themselves to any food that's left out. They might go bin diving and take food out of the bin. Do your children feed your dog or drop food that your dog then hoovers up? Do other members of your family or friends routinely feed your dog extras? And then think about outside of the house. So when you're walking and you come across other dog walkers, does your dog receive treats from them? It's all important just to consider. There are many times when our dogs get food which we might not initially be thinking about, and as this first step, do just think about your dog's usual routine, all the times that they get extra food, and just being aware of these means that we can take it into account during our dog's weight loss journey. All of the times which a dog could be fed extra food, they can add up to a significant contribution to their daily food intake. And to avoid pushing your pooch's complete diet balance, that's the complete and balanced food that you'd feed them as their main meal. To avoid pushing that out of balance, these treats, tidbits and extras, they should not exceed 10% of the energy provided in the total diet. So that might seem like not a very tiny quantity, but because treats often have either high calories or sugar or high fat, we do see that this 10% can be exceeded really quickly, especially for small dogs. So if you're feeding them, I don't know, a smacko or a dentist stick and then something else, then that could be their 10% used up. It's important to have a look at what we are feeding them throughout all of these different instances, and just take a look and be aware of all these extras and how they are adding up in your own dog's diet. Because once you are all more aware of all of these little extras that your dog receives in the form of treats and rewards, then we can start to think about alternatives. It might be that some of these reasons that your dog gets treats and extras, they just can't be substituted. And that's fine. But many of these occurrences, they can be substituted with a healthier alternative. And this is a great way to reduce the energy or the calories which are contributed to your dog's diet without needing to stop this feeding of treats and snacks altogether. Pieces of fruit and vegetables, they make great alternatives to your usual treats, as there is great variety in the options and there are different flavours and textures which are available. So whether you're looking for a harder option to replace a kind of chew, something soft to use in a Kong or something else, or if you're looking for small pieces, little tidbits, there is always going to be an option and something that suits your dog and that they love. Remember that cooking vegetables and combining fruits and vegetables is also an option. My dog Bo loves fruits and vegetables which are blitzed and then either used on her licky mat or in a Kong, and also frozen into moulds to use as treats. It gives a great healthy and nutritious treat option, which they enjoy. It's tasty without giving lots of calories each time you're feeding a treat. Making simple switches like this can add up quickly to a big effect over time. So some things to try. Essentially, just try some different options with your dog and see what they love. What each dog prefers is individual, so it's worth just offering a few different options and seeing what they go for. Some favourites tend to be carrot, cucumber, banana. Bo goes crazy for bananas, as well as blueberries, courgette, apple, and there are lots of options. If you do want to check which fruits and vegetables are good for your pooch and which parts of fruit and vegetable they can eat, then do check out our Charlie's Reward and Pet Nutrition blog. There is a link to that on there. Okay, so yes, that is one option, is healthy alternatives, is using small pieces of fruits and vegetables. Okay, so even choosing low-calorie treats can be a good swap. They don't have the same nutritious benefits that fruits and vegetables do for your dog's health, but they do address the energy being provided. They're usually lower in fat, sometimes in sugars, and so the energy being provided by each treat is lower, and so over the day there is a smaller proportion of your dog's daily energy requirement being provided by treats. So other options that can assist you with your dog's weight loss journey are, you could use their main meal, their main food as treats. To do this, you don't give them extra of their main food. Instead, you weigh out, you measure their daily food quantity, and then you divide a portion of this or a segment of this away to be fed as treats rather than in the usual way that you would feed them their meal. If you feed dry food, then this is really easy because you can feed these pieces of dry kibble in much the same way as you would a dry treat biscuit or other treats that you can feed. If you feed a wet food or a raw food, then this could be given as an alternative filling for something like a Kong or another enrichment toy. There's also options where you can get little kind of squeezy treat, refillable treat tubes, so you can squeeze a little bit of their wet food out to give them when you're training or on the go, and that kind of thing. Thinking about chews now as other options. Instead of feeding higher calorie food chews, you can substitute these with things like wood chews. So there's lots of options here, things like olive wood, coffee wood, heather roots. And the advantage of these is that they don't contribute calories to your dog's diet. So you get the same kind of boredom busting benefits, the same action of chewing, which is so good for our dogs. It's an important part of their natural behaviour. And you still, because of the chewing action, you still usually would get a very comparable effect on dental health, strong teeth, but you don't get the same addition to their nutrition in terms of the extra calories being added. So that can be a great alternative if your dog has chews. And finally, just remember that a treat for your dog doesn't have to be food at all. You can treat them and reward them with their favourite toys, with fuss, with play, and much more. These all provide great options for many reasons that we would feed treats and extras to our pooch, and they're also fantastic ways to bond with our dog. So that aspect of treat feeding isn't lost. If anything, it is, it's heightened. So next I have had some questions which I just wanted to take a few minutes to answer here, as often multiple people have the same question, and if I can give the answer now, then that makes it worthwhile for anybody else who may have been wondering the same thing. I've been asked how I or other pet nutritionists fit in alongside your vet. So as your dogs go to the vet and receive feedback on their weight here, why would you need a pet nutritionist too? The answer is that my expertise is focused solely on pet nutrition. The nutritional training which most vets receive is limited, and the time which they have to spend with you to speak about your dog's nutrition and weight is also usually limited to only a few minutes maximum in the majority of vet practices. And this simply does not give you the support that you need for you and your pooch and their weight loss journey. Therefore, the answer is that I fit in alongside your vet. You would still visit your vet for checkups and veterinary care, but nutritional support of your dog can be taken care of separately, whether that be expertise and recommendations for their weight loss journey or other nutrition related issues and food advice. Another question that I have is, do I need to change my dog's food as I'm happy with the food they're on? And the answer is no. There is no absolute need to change your dog's food if they're doing well on it. I can give recommendations for their food and construct my Podgy Pooches plan around their existing diet if that is going to be preferable. So this means that if your dog has particular allergies or is on a veterinary food or another particular diet, our support and the Podgy Pooches program is still suitable for you and them. On the other hand, If you want to see a change in your dog's food as a part of the program, then I can happily help you with this as well. Somebody else has asked, do you sell food? So no, I do not sell any food, nor do I receive any incentive for recommending particular brands. And my advice is always impartial. And my advice is based upon my knowledge of the pet food industry and pet food brands and different food options available. It's not to do with anything that I could be getting a kickback from, or because I'm affiliated with particular brands. It's completely impartial. Okay, so another question I have received is, I don't have a nutritionist, and why is it that my dog needs a nutritionist? So, well, there are lots of differences between how we humans tackle our own nutrition and how it works for our dogs. For a start, as a population, we are generally not good at providing ourselves consistently with good nutritious food. We overeat, we opt for high fat, high sugar, high salt options. We link food to emotions. Our population has high instances of obesity, diabetes, and many other diet-related conditions. Therefore, my job as a pet nutritionist, it's not only to advise on what foods are suitable for your dog and their particular health considerations, and to provide advice on how to feed them and calculate what they need, but also to find a solution which works for you as the owner or pet parent too. This is all based on dogs as an individual, and how best to supply their nutrition for their optimum health and happiness. An element of many other services that we humans are familiar with, and also factors into my support, is, for instance, the Weight Watchers or Slimming World type services, which the majority of you will have heard of. We know that services such as these increase our likelihood of sticking to the diet of whichever regime because of the support and the accountability. The advice and the help along the way, it helps to keep us focused and working towards the end goal. The support and long-term guidance is built into the Podgy Pooches program to keep all of the weight loss journeys for your dogs on track. It's make sure of the sure and steady progress moving towards the end goal, which of course is that happy, healthy dog at their ideal weight for their long, fun-filled, wonderful life. So there we go. That's the answers to a few of the main questions that I have received, which I hope will be useful for you too. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that our launch workshops are proving really valuable for you and your dog. And please do get started on implementing all of our weight loss tips and advice that I've shared today as soon as possible. Use the weight loss monitoring that we spoke about on Monday. And now, if you think of all the reasons and instances that your dog is fed or treated, how these treats and foods could be substituted for healthier options and alternatives, then that will be a great beginning of the journey for you. Taking these steps and my top tips it's a wonderful way to begin your dog's successful weight loss journey, for you to be in control of the process. And as well as monitoring your journey, you will have real actions. Making these simple switches, easy, small changes, and being consistent, it really does soon add up. And you see real, visible results for your dog's weight and health. So the good news is that I will be live again on Friday the 13th of January, for the third part of our live launch workshops. So please do subscribe to Charlie's Rewarding Pet Nutrition on YouTube and choose to be notified. So this way you'll get a notification of us going live so that you don't miss out. Our launch content is also recorded and available to watch back. The link for the Podgy Pooches launch workshop webpage is in the comments below. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. We have a Facebook page called, or Facebook group even, called Dog Food Demystified, which you are invited to join. It would be fantastic to see you there. Please do follow Charlie's Rewarding Pet Nutrition and let us know how you are getting on with my top tips and putting them into action. I really do love to see your messages, so it would be fantastic if you can send those and send your comments across. Thank you again for joining me through my live launch workshop so far. I look forward to seeing you again on Friday, and please do comment if you have any questions and I will get back to you. So thank you again. See you on Friday. Goodbye.